But one of the most disturbing questions in the Bible is in Matthew chapter 11. What makes it so disturbing isn't necessarily the content of the question, but who it came from. In Matthew chapter 11, a question was asked of Jesus, and this is just in verse 3. Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else? You know, that question wouldn't bother me if it came from Nicodemus. He was a religious ruler who came to Jesus at night for fear of being put out of the synagogue. And he wanted to understand about being born again. It wouldn't bother me so much if that message came from the woman who was caught in the act of adultery, or the Samaritan woman at the well who really didn't see the gospel the same way that the Jewish people did. It wouldn't bother me even if it came from Peter, who was always saying stupid stuff. Peter's that kid you just tune out. What makes that question so disturbing to me is that it came from the mouth of John, the same one who pointed him out, came to a place where he started to doubt. Are you really the one? We can't talk about these things because all of the A+ gold star Christians will start to judge us in the comments section if we do. I never doubt, they say. Isn't it interesting that the disciple who said that kind of thing at the Last Supper of Christ was the one who denied ever knowing him before the rooster crowed? The conclusion that you come to is based in the belief you start with. If you start by believing that the proof of your faith is that you never experience doubt, then the moment you experience doubt, your faith will fall apart. But I hope this sets you free today to know that John, the one who pointed and said, "Look, the Lamb of God," he was the first one. And you got to get this. You really got to stop and think about it. You can't multitask this message and really get it. This is the one who announced, this is the one. And now the one who announced it is asking. The one who made the announcement is now asking the question that he had been answering just a year ago. But he's been in prison for a year, and he's only getting secondhand reports on what Jesus is doing. And when you don't experience it firsthand, when you just hear about it, when you can't really see it, and you can't see the big picture, and you're kind of trapped in this place, it gets kind of hard to believe it. So then you start to believe different things. Then you start to forget what God showed you in the spirit, and you start trying to figure it out in your mind. Now wait a minute. John said that he was coming to judge with fire. But when they brought him a report about Jesus, look what Jesus told in Matthew 11, verse 5. He said, go tell John what you see and what you hear. Verse 5, Matthew 11, verse 5. Go back and report to John. The blind receive sight. The lame walk. Those who have leprosy are cleansed. The deaf hear. The dead are raised. And the good news is proclaimed to the poor. But John wasn't expecting that. He was expecting judgment. So now he wants to know, are you the one? When you believe that God is a certain way, and he has the audacity not to conform to the biography that you created with your belief, then you experience something that you never expected. I'm preaching. You come to the conclusion that he's not with you because the belief that you started with was that his presence would always accommodate your preferences. So I've been asking the question, in my prayer time lately. God, what are the things that I have been believing that are not true?